Alright, welcome everyone to today's video. We're on the BMW heading towards my tuner. It's called Druijff Racing and he's I guess center of the Netherlands. It's about an hour drive from Amsterdam, pretty chill. And he was also the guy that tuned my my Kawasaki before this bike. Excellent job. He does have a big dyno that he puts the bike on. You guys see it later. He goes through everything, checks the fuel map, all the tuning that's necessary, removes limits, all that kind of jazz. This guy saw in the last video, I straight piped the exhaust. They cut it, removed the catalytic converter section of the exhaust and placed a straight pipe in between. Normally after that it's recommended to get the fuel map adjusted, but seeing that this bike was already bought with a pretty shitty fuel map from BMW because of the environmental laws and whatnot, I wanted to get it remapped anyway. But of course when I rev it, it sounds amazing, absolutely great, but yeah, it does have its stutter, especially on lower RPMs. And also when I'm holding RPMs like this, you can kind of hear it. But damn, it's a good sound so far already, and I really can't wait for the tune to be done. Now this bike from stock has about 155, I believe, horsepower, which is quite a lot already for any kind of bike, pretty much, especially for a sport touring bike. I mean, I can put boxes on here and just drive to the south of France if I wanted to, which I absolutely love about this kind of design. The super sports and the sport bikes, they're great. Like my Kawasaki was more sport than actual touring, but it did allow to get like boxes on the back and that kind of stuff. And I did definitely do some touring with it, and it was doable, but you know, you are bent over in a sport position. And this one, well, you're touring, you're high up mighty, and it's so nice. Wow, would you guys look at that? I'm just gonna speed up. A McLaren, a Lamborghini, a nice Porsche. Wow. At the tuning, he also gives you a printout of the performance that it had when it came in, which is almost stock. This bike doesn't have a race air filter or any special upgrades other than the straight pipe exhaust. Straight pipe exhaust does add some more power to a stock bike, but if you don't get the fuel map readjusted, because it has a lot more free flow right now in the exhaust system, so if you don't get it properly adjusted, it's not going to do that much. So it's always recommended, of course, to have a look at your fuel map, readjust it. And I think even on today's bikes, the newer ones, they're all so restricted by the environmental laws. And I'm not saying go out there and pollute more, but if you have a new bike and, for example, you're in the Netherlands that has pretty chill laws regarding tuning bikes, you can get away with a lot of stuff, then I would really recommend to just get it tuned, get the dyno checked out. You can get an ECU flash as well. Oh, nice. Racing bikes. But yeah, you can get an ECU flash as well, and that basically means that you send the ECU, the computer of the motorbike, to a company that hooks it up to their programming software and then flashes your ECU. So they put a different kind of fuel map on there and all that stuff. They adjust it for you to your liking. The thing is that it's not really personal, it's not for your bike, it's just a program in general, a flash in general. It's for your model, of course, but it's not for your bike with all your accessories and your drive style and all that stuff. And the nice thing about going to a professional tuner with a dyno is that you can tell him, like, hey, I want to have it this way, I want to have it that way. Can you adjust this? Can you adjust that? I want to shoot flames, I don't want to shoot any flames, yada yada yada. You can make it like as detailed as you want, and the tuner can do that for you, which is really nice. It's super personal, really you and your bike. All right, here we are. Construction area, business place. You guys can hear my bike stutter. that, it's really jittery. No bueno. Druijff Racing. Oh, I missed it. There he is. See if I can park in front of the door. I'll put it here on the side, I guess. Getting full tune, probably race edition. Wow, look at this Kawasaki H2R SC project on it, titanium exhaust, supercharged of course, with some slicks, super nice. And the race brother of mine, S1000xr, getting tuned as well. Very nice. It's a bit scratched up, but this one's being used properly. The stationary hasn't changed that much, but it's also the platform, the S1000s. They are a bit unstable in the idle. It's just a very powerful engine, so I'm not too surprised. But the way it performs right now, the way it pulls, the way it runs, it's a lot smoother. It's not constantly struggling with the little fuel it gets. Because the problem is that basically the air-fuel mixture was off. So the bike was constantly trying to get more fuel, which it wasn't getting from the computer. And that resulted in that shaky behavior and the strange idle and all that stuff. Because what you're going to get, or what you're going to end up with, is very shaky behavior, because it gets fuel and then it doesn't, gets fuel and it doesn't, and it's constantly not enough. And so that's now been changed. It's basically fuel map adjustments, some limits have been removed, top RAF limiters, all those things. I mean, I probably won't even use that, but it's been adjusted nonetheless. And pretty much the whole driving experience is a lot smoother now, a lot chiller, but it still gives you that kick, that power the second you want it, you know. So super happy with the result. Gonna drive home now, and I got an alert for freeze on the road, because it's I think -3 degrees right now, so it's fucking cold. I do have my heated grips, so I'm wondering how long they'll keep up. But wow, what a bike! Sunset as well. Hopefully I'm not going to be in the sunset soon, because that's a bit tricky. But I'm super happy with how it went and how this bike performed. Oh, I love this bike. Haven't tried it out yet, but it might pop a little more now. Might shoot some flames, because, well, it's getting more fuel. And a fuel mixture that is richer gets to pop more. Oh, I really got to be careful in these corners. The salting they do in the evening, most of the times. And so at sunsets like this, when it starts to freeze already, you got to be real careful with the roads. It could just get nasty.